Hey everyone, welcome to another Limitless Life. I'm so grateful you are here with me today because today's session is one of the most transformative topic that we can explore together. I did briefly mention that and I really wanted to go live yesterday, but I could not make it. So we're going to talk about forgiveness. And this isn't about making excuses for someone else's behavior. It's about you. It's about your space, your healing, your energy. I did go live about this topic a little while ago, but I think there's still so much that we can discuss and address because when you hold on to anger or resentment, it doesn't hurt them. It actually hurts you. So let's take that power back today. Let's reclaim your emotional freedom. And let me share a story with you. So, Kathy Buckley is a deaf comedian, an actress, and a speaker. I did Tony Robbins' conference over the past few days, and she was a speaker at the event. Her early life was marked by trauma, right? So she was misdiagnosed as mentally disabled. She was bullied and she was often misunderstood because nobody actually knew that she's deaf. So at age 20, she was run over by a Jeep and while she was sunbathing. The driver never apologized. Years later, she learned he had died. And you would think that she would feel satisfied, right? But instead, she said, I forgave him. He gave me the gift of growth. I never needed his apology to actually heal. And this is the power of forgiveness. It's not about receiving someone else, something else from someone that you're expecting. It's about releasing that pain so you can move forward. And I want to break it down with some myths of what you may think forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is not approving. And forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconciling. What forgiveness actually means is releasing resentment, releasing that hard feeling that you have towards someone else. It's choosing peace over pain because when you don't forgive, when you hold grudges, you are actually in pain. Physical, mental, emotional, but you're in pain. And forgiveness also helps you heal your nervous system. When we are under stress and we continue that under stress feeling when we hold those grudges, it does affect our nervous system. So you don't forgive someone because they deserve it. You forgive someone because you deserve peace. And I would like to guide you through a moment of a quiet reflection. Think of someone, or even yourself, that you are holding resentment towards. What I mean by yourself, sometimes we're angry at ourselves at something we have done, and self-healing really starts with self-release. You may hold those grudges even against yourself. I know for myself, I would be angry at myself for the choices I made or the things I've done. But then that keeps you in this feeling. So whether it's someone else that you are feeling resentment towards or yourself, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. The first question is, how long have you been carrying this? Ask yourself, close your eyes if it helps, but how long have I been carrying this? Ask yourself, how has this pain shaped my emotions? How did it shape my thoughts? And how did it shape my body? When you hold to grudges, you have negative thoughts about yourself or the other person. It affects your emotions. It affects you and the way you're thinking. It actually affects your body because you release cortisol as you are nervous and upset and angry. And then finally, as the third question, I want you to ask yourself, what would freedom feel like? If you release this, how would you feel? You would feel lighter, I guarantee you. Because holding on to this is a heaviness that you shouldn't be carrying over for a long time. Forgiving is sometimes so difficult to do, especially when you feel that people have done you wrong. And sometimes you're right. Maybe people did do you wrong. You can't fix someone else. You can only fix the way you react to it. So once you sat silently with yourself and you decided and you understand what it is that you're holding a grudge against and how would it feel for you to release this, I want you to repeat, either now or later, repeat after me. I choose to forgive. I choose to let go. I reclaim my peace and take my power back. Do it again. Write it as an affirmation first thing in the morning. Repeat it loudly. Repeat it silently. But have yourself hear it. I choose to forgive. I choose to let go. I reclaim my peace and take power back. And when you forgive, you stop letting the past dictate your future. You stop rehearsing that story over and over again. You stop living with that weight of someone else's actions on your shoulders. Forgiveness will help you lower your anxieties. It would improve your relationships with others, but most importantly, with yourself. It reduces stress-related illnesses. A lot of our illnesses are due to stress, due to circumstances that we cannot change. And it strengthens your emotional boundary. It doesn't mean that you have to forget. Sometimes people do so many difficult things that you know you're not going to forget this. You're not going to forget the experience. You're not going to forget what they did. You're not going to forget what you've suffered through their actions. But forgiving releases this heaviness of carrying it with you all the time and feeling that upset feeling over something else that you have no control over. So forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means you choose to remember without reliving this moment over and over again. It is a choice that only you can make. And here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to sit down and write a forgiveness letter. Whether it's to someone else or even to yourself. If there's something that someone have done to you and you want to send that, you want to write it. You're not going to send it. You want to write it. If it's something that someone have done to you and you need to release it from your heart, from your own self. Or even, as I mentioned, something for yourself. You've done something that now you're beating yourself up and saying, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have, did whatever it is. sit down and write down a forgiveness letter. In that letter, write down everything you feel. Whether it's anger to that person, whether it's what you think they did wrong, whether it's how you have suffered from their action. But write it down. Don't send it. You don't need to send it. I mean, you can if you want to. But most of the time, it's not necessary. Because once you've put it in writing, you release that from your own self. You release that pain. You release that emotion. You take everything you feel and you put it on paper. When you're done writing this, read it for yourself. Understand what you wrote. Add anything else you have to. You have to add. And then do this very important mirror work. Mirror work is so important for self-esteem, for self-love. I actually spoke with a woman this week that doesn't love herself enough. And when you face yourself in the mirror, you look at yourself and you see your own reflection. And actually, a lot of people cannot do that. A lot of people cannot look at the mirror in their own eyes for a long time. So try this, and there's a whole concept of mirror work. If you're interested in that and you want to work on it, whether it's for self-esteem, for forgiveness, for anything, it has a lot of different scopes. Email me, message me, WhatsApp me, call me. I will guide you through it. But once you wrote this letter and you read it to yourself, stand in front of the mirror. You can read that in front of the mirror to yourself if that's how you feel comfortable. Or just after reading, look at yourself. Look in your eyes. And then say, I forgive you. I release you. And I'm proud of how far you've become. Because even forgiving to others is something that you need to forgive yourself for. You can use daily affirmation. You can ask the universe, forgiveness, set me free. You can say, I take my power back with every breath. Forgiveness is the fragrance that heals when you crush it. I really recommend you to watch Kathy Backley TED Talk. That's the person I was telling her story. And her TED Talk is called How My Life Changed When I Learned to Listen. She is deaf, but it's so amazing how she can talk without hearing her own self. That TED Talk is How My Life Has Changed When I Learned to Listen. If you need a link for this, comment below and I will add that link. It's so beautiful. And it reminds resilience, humor, and healing. And remember, what you carry inside actually affects everything you do. Choose to release this burden. Today, you are much braver to go inwards. You choose healing. You choose softness. You choose power. Forgiveness is not an event. It's a practice. It's a practice that will change your life. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for showing up for your own healing. Let this be a beginning of your new chapter. One where peace leads the way. I'm Olga Binyaminov, happy to be here with you. Please share your comments, Share this with other individuals that you think are going to benefit from hearing this, listening to this. And I would love to hear what other topics you are interested in to cover. I'll see you again soon, guys. Thank you. Bye.